Hello, Walter and Sarah. I am Lewis, and this is a date that fell from this tree. And last week, I went to a conference. Took the train. It's pretty nice. And I learned a lot of really interesting things, and also a lot of not so interesting things. But that's how conferences go. Stupidly, I didn't think to film anything for this video, so you just get the pictures we took anyway. So I think I'm just going to tell you about some interesting talks I heard at the conference. None of these are going to have anything to do with my own research, but let's see, what should I talk about first? All right, that's better. Sure was bright out there. So there was this group that was studying that thing where you thinking about something and you look at the ceiling or into nowhere. Why? Okay, first of all, apparently it's been known for a while already that when people are trying to remember things that they saw recently, they look to the place that they saw that thing. It's been shown that it actually helps people remember things when they do this, even if it's not there anymore and they know it's not there anymore. Why is that? Is it because the feeling of moving your muscles in that direction reminds you of the thing that you saw when you did that last? Or is it that, like, even though the thing itself is not there, maybe there are other things in your surroundings that are, like, reminding you of the thing? Like, maybe the thing appeared in the corner of your screen and you're not seeing the thing itself, but you're seeing the corner of the screen now, and that helps remind you what it is. Turns out, both, apparently. Then, though, but there's a social aspect, right? That when you are in the company of other people, you um, do that thing where you look into nowhere to to tell them that you're thinking about something. They showed that normally when you have like a dude in the middle of their screen and you're like looking for something that's going to appear on the right or the left, and then the dude like looks to one side, then obviously you follow their gaze, um, and so people find the thing much quicker if it's the side that the dude is looking at. But if the dude is looking in the context of some video where the dude is being asked a question and has to think about the answer, and it's clear that they're just doing it because they're thinking, then people don't follow the eyes as much because they know it's just thinking and they're not looking at anything in particular. That was cool. So I was looking through the program for the conference, looking for what session I wanted to go to. And people get to spend their career studying hide and seek. Sounds good to me. So I went to the hide and seek lecture. I was a little bit disappointed since, first of all, it turns out hide and seek, the people are not hiding themselves. They're hiding objects, and also they're hiding the objects in a 4x4 grid of boxes. So it's like about the most boring hide and seek game I could think of right there. But it was interesting anyway. Apparently, if you're hiding things in a grid of boxes, people tend to hide them in the middle. And seekers are know that. And so the seekers always win. And also, he set up the game so that the hider hides, I think it was 8 items, and then beforehand, either the hider or seeker is chosen to, they get to bundle the items in any way they want. So you could like put all 8 together so that they'll all be hidden together, or you could like split them up so they're all in different places. And obviously, if you put them all together, that's the riskiest because it's the hardest to find, but if the seeker finds them, then they find them all, and all of them apart is the least risky. And turns out that hiders are much right. hiders are much less risky than seekers because um, people don't want to lose something much more than they do want to gain something. And so the hiders think are worried about all their things being found, and so they're much less willing to take risks. And the seekers are more willing to take risks. Last one, there's a PhD student from my university who is working on moral psychology. He did this survey where he surveyed people about different sort of moral values. He asked them a lot of moral questions and grouped them into sort of broad categories of moral values like purity, um, and equality, and uh, sanctity. I forget what all of the moral values, big umbrella moral values were. Um, but he asked them about how objective people think that value. Like he asked them like how strongly they feel about it. I think he gave them um, questions about bad things and asked them how bad is this, but also asked them like how objective do you think that value is, um, and then um, looked at when people say a value is objective, do they just mean that it's agreed, like everybody in society agrees that that's really bad, or is it something more than that? And it turns out he had this really nice graph that showed that in general, the things that people think are more objective are just the things that are more agreed upon in society. Like if across political boundaries and whatever, if everybody agrees on something, then people feel like it's objectively a thing and not just their personal opinion. Except for um, purity. Bela, do you remember? Bela? Bela? One of those religious ones that the people who thought it was important, which was not very many people, thought it was very objective. There you go. Those are your science tidbits from the conference in Akko. None of those had anything to do with my own research, but I'll tell you about that some other time.